The Thunder Report from 107.7 The Franchise.
Greetings, Thunder fans. Game 1 of the second round, best-of-7 series between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the LA Clippers goes to the Clippers, 122-105. The Thunder were never in it. They trailed by as much as 29 points. It was the Chris Paul show tonight. He had a game-high 32 points, including 8 of 9 from the three-point arc. Let's go to the post-game podium, starting with LA Clippers coach Doc Rivers.
I thought he really set the tone for us to start the game. I just thought he went downhill a lot. You know what I mean with the drives, and that's what we've been trying to tell him to do. Quick decisions, move the ball. But I thought his being aggressive to start the game really set the tone for our team throughout the game. I said before the game, I just felt like he felt better. You could see it this morning. He was just moving better. So that was good. We need it. I think one other time, I think he had that one bad game, you remember, where he missed all the shots and he came out aggressive. Other than that, not this aggressive, no. That was good. We needed it, though. We really did. We needed a tone setter because, turning around that quickly, I think he felt that he needed to set the tone.
What did he do over these past, 48 hours to get his body that much better?
Well, I don't know. I just thought he... I really don't know. Maybe, with all the stuff that happened, just winning that series allowed him to breathe a little bit, But you could see it. Like yesterday, I thought he was not moving well. Today in shoot-around, you just felt like he was moving better. And maybe that's just a hamstring. Maybe one day it'll be tight and one day it's not. But tonight, he looked great.
Doc,
we've got right here.
Dean Blevins, News 9, CBS, Oklahoma City. You had uncontested looks, it seemed like, all night long. Did you do anything different offensively?
No, we moved the ball. We shared the ball. We were really good with our spacing tonight. Again, I thought DC, Darren Collison, and CP, Chris Paul, going downhill with their drives made their bigs stay a little longer. With our bigs' ability to roll to the basket where you can just throw it up, they had to suck in. And the key is you have to find the guys. There's openings on every team on our defense. And tonight we just had one of those nights where the ball found the open guy every single time. And then the second part is you got to make it. And we did that too. So we just had one of those nights. The bench, I thought, thank you. I was going to say that, but you said it for me. So, I thought Chris set the tone, but I thought the bench came in the first quarter and through the second quarter. I thought that was a difference, honestly. It was just a 10, 12-point game, and then the bench got it to 20. And then the starters came back in and extended it, and then they did it again. So I thought that was huge for us. I thought, other than Chris setting the tone, I thought the bench was the key to the game tonight for us.
Can you describe Chris's level of intuition as far as determining kind of what a team might need in a particular?
No, it's great. He's just very, very smart, and he sometimes gets in a way with that, because he's thinking so much. But today I thought he was in a great place. He played free without thought, but when we needed him to, he did it. I thought his intuition today was phenomenal. He knew we needed a good start, and he got one for us. That's just why he's who he is.
Yeah, just during the regular season, how much does he act as his team's conscience, Chris? How much do they follow him?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, him and Blake, obviously, but Chris is the voice in a lot of ways. But they both are. I mean, they're both just so good, and they play off of each other. Like, I thought, there's little things with your team where you find growth. Like, I thought Blake saw Chris going early, and instead of running to the post, he never went to the post. He kept running to find Chris to set a pick for him. That's being a great teammate. You see one guy got it going. Of course, you can go down to the post and post up. Instead, Blake ran the set picks to get him open. I love that. I love that when you see that with a team.
Doc, Bob Berry, K4, the NBC in Oklahoma City. You had a grueling series your first round with Golden State. These guys went 7 with Memphis. Yeah. Conversely, were you a little surprised by their lack of energy or effort at the start?
Yeah, you know what? I thought they came out with energy. Yeah, I thought we made shots, and it's funny. That's what I was concerned with coming into this game. If either team, if got a quick lead, mentally it's going to be very tough. you know. And fortunately, we were the team that got the quick lead, and I thought mentally it was very tough.
Garrett George, Inland Valley News. Doc, talk about the defensive performance against Westbrook and Durant. Although they did get their points, you did maintain the other players, kept them in check.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of that. You know, Westbrook got a bunch of pull-ups that we didn't like, honestly. Durant is, you know, honestly, I thought Matt and everybody did a good job. He missed some shots that Durant usually makes. But the key was, I thought they were all hard shots. You know, nothing was easy. And that's what we have to do with him. He's a great player, and he's going to make most shots, but they at least have to work for him. And I thought our guys did a good job of that. And then they took away everybody else.
Over to your left. Ben Bolch, LA Times. Blake Griffin got some cheers mixed in with the boos when he was introduced. The fans never really. Yeah, exactly. What did that seem odd? I mean, it was almost like a hometown guy. And can you talk about the play with Ibaka with the?
Well, let me just say this: I played for the New York Knicks, and I grew up in Chicago. When we played the Knicks in the playoffs, what do you think the fans did? No, the Chicago fans, they booed because Blake is a hometown guy. They love him, but just not right now. I think that's probably the thing, and there's no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I get that. They have to cheer for their home team, not their home player. So, what was the second question? Yeah, I didn't get a good look at it. You know, I thought they were going to look at it just to review it, so I haven't seen it, so I don't have a comment.
Coach, coming out of the second half, obviously the Thunder normally try to make a big run. Just what was the key for y'all to be able to sniff that out and make sure that didn't happen?
Just keep doing what we're doing. You know, every coach is paranoid, and when we had the lead at halftime, obviously at halftime you're trying to get them to come out and play the same way. I actually thought the first minute of the second half, both teams were pretty bad, you know, and then all of a sudden we made a shot, and it opened it up for us.
Last question over here.
Anthony Slater with Oklahoma. DeAndre was 1 of 8 on the kind of hack at Jordan tonight. Are you worried they're going to use that a lot moving forward? And was there any thought to take him out when he was?
No, he's our guy. You know, listen, even when he misses, he gets stops on the other end. I don't know how much of an advantage it gives teams. You know, there'll be nights where we may have to take him out, and there'll be nights where you keep him in. They've done it all year, so team's going to keep doing it.
Well, we have to definitely play much better on the defensive side of the ball. They were getting to the free throw line. They were getting to the paint. They were making threes. So we have to do a better job all the way around, and we will get better. That's not who we are. Unfortunately, we didn't come out with. We have to play better defense. We have to play better defense against this team. This team is very powerful. They have a lot of players, and they played well tonight. They were making their shots. Chris Paul had an unbelievable three-point night. We have to do a better job of guarding the line and guarding the ball. Bless you.
Coach Michael Kenny, Norman Transcript. Have you ever seen your defense this poor, just unable to really stop them from doing anything they wanted?
Well, they were feeling comfortable. You know, they got good players, and we didn't make them feel us, and we have to do a better job with that. And then they were on fire from the three-point line. I mean, Paul hit 8 of them. As a team, they hit 15, so we have to do a better job of guarding that line. You know, they average 8, and they nearly double their average.
Anthony Slater with Oklahoma. Karan and Reggie combined 2 of 15 tonight. How important was that, the bench disparity tonight, and how worried are you moving forward?
Well, it's one game. You know, it's unfortunate we didn't play well tonight, but it is one game. It's the first of 4. We've said that many times, and you're going to hear it often. It's just the first of 4. They're up 1-0. We have to do a better job. We have to make some adjustments. We have a day tomorrow, and I believe in all of our guys. That's the flexibility that we have as a group. I'm confident in all the guys. I'm confident we're all going to play much better Wednesday night.
Robert Morales, LA Daily News. Coach, you guys were up 16-10 early, and you looked fine, and then all of a sudden the bottom kind of fell out. Did you sense anything, any psychological thing where the players weren't ready to play anything at all like that?
No, at that point I think we gave up an offensive rebound for a 3, and then we had a mistake for another 3. They went on a real nice 3-point run. I think Chris Paul had 17 after that break. I think he had 0 points with 7 minutes to go, and he got hot. He got hot. That's why great players can do that. We've seen that many times in our building with our guys, and he did get hot. We have to do a better job of making him feel some more pressure.
Dean Blevins, Kevin Smiski, News9.com. You guys, when you defend Chris Paul and you defend that pick and roll, a lot of times you go under that screen. You want to force him back behind that line. Don't let him get in the paint. So when he starts shooting like that, is there really anything you can do schematically to stop that? I mean, because that seems like the strategy from the beginning is to make him shoot.
No, it's not. That wasn't the strategy. The strategy was to get into the ball and get him off the ball. But he did a good job. They set great screens, and then he made some shots. We just have to do a better job defensively. It's about us playing better defensively.
Dean Blevins, News 9, Oklahoma City. Scott, after they scored 39, 30, and 35, I stopped marking down uncontested shots that they were hitting. What would be the biggest problem? Would it be the fundamentals tonight, or effort, or can you put a finger on it?
We didn't play well.
But I'm talking about in contesting shots.
Yeah, well, when you get the final number, let me know. We didn't play well. They made a lot of threes. We'll figure that out tomorrow.
Barry Trammell, the Oklahoma Scott, the last month or so of the season, you had some games where your three-point defense was not good. That went away most of the time against Memphis. Was that just because of the Memphis style of play, not a lot of shooters on the floor? Well, if so, was this reminiscent of the struggles you had some down the stretch?
Well, we've had, it's definitely a different series, different team, different style of play. We have to flip the page quickly. This is a fast team. This is a team that gets out in transition. This is a team that has bigs that can roll and can finish way above the rim. This is a team that shoots threes, and we have to be able to cover it all. If we have to play much better. We have to figure out how to be able to contain all of it, because you have to do that against this team.
John Hoover, the Tulsa World. Was it playing Memphis? It seemed like coming off of playing Memphis, playing this team would be to your advantage, but it worked. It looked like it worked the other way, where their speed was just the opposite of what Memphis has.
Well, it's like I said, it's two different style of play, but there's no excuse for that. We knew that this is a fast team. We played them 4 times. We were in the hundreds many times against this team, and they have explosive players, and we have to do a better job. It's as simple as that. We have to do a better job game 2.
Bob Berry, K4, the NBC in Oklahoma City. Scott, you had success, obviously, when you changed to Caron Butler starting in the final games of the Memphis series. You went back to Tabo tonight. Will you go back or stay with that game 2?
No, we'll look, and we'll see what adjustments we have to make. We had, with the way they play, and they come off a pin down, especially J.J. Redick. That's Tabo's strength. Our start was good. We were up 16-10 halfway in that first quarter, and then they went on a 3-point tear, and then we were playing from behind the rest of the game.
Darnell Mayberry, Oklahoma. Scott, you went with one of your better offensive lineups about 4 minutes into the third. At that point, were you just trying to keep up with them and score, since you were having so much trouble stopping them?
Well, we had to change. We had to make some adjustments. We changed a few of our pick and roll coverages, and we changed some of our lineups, and playing small didn't work. The big we didn't do a good job playing big. We didn't do a good job playing small. One thing about our team, we're going to stick together. We're going to figure out how to do it together. It's not about big and small. It's about our team playing much better against them game 2.
Anthony Slater, the Oklahoma. DeAndre Jordan 1 of 8 on Hackett Jordan tonight. Do you plan to use that more moving forward?
It can always help when needed. We were down 20-something points. So we were, anytime you have that opportunity, you can use it against him. He shot 42% for the season.
Last one from True. Mark Spears, Yahoo. Last series, when you watched film on Chris, it certainly was a lot different than what you saw tonight. How did you guys scout him? And I'm sure you didn't expect to see this.
Well, he shot the ball well. I don't think you expect anybody to go 8 for 9 from 3. At best, you're going to hit 4 out of 10 or 4 out of 9. We knew he was healthy. He played 42 minutes, had 22 points, 14 assists, and played very well in Game 7. So we knew that he was healthy, and obviously he is. He played a good basketball game. We have to do a better job of guarding him.
Gary George, Inland Valley News. Russell, talk about the defense against Chris Paul and the performance trying to stop him.
He hit 8 threes. he wasn't doing nothing crazy, but he hit 8 threes. I mean, you can't do too much but contest. You know, he hits some tough shots. We live with that.
Dean Blevins, News 9, Oklahoma City, CBS. Guys, often in the playoffs, when we've talked about defense that hasn't been up to par, you've said we didn't come with quite the intensity that we needed to. Both of you, would you point to that, Kevin, defensively as the first issue, or what would be the biggest issue?
Well, you know, we started the game off well. They were hitting jump shots. That's what we wanted. Blake Griffin started the game off hitting 2 or 3 jump shots. Then Chris Paul hit 4 or 5 threes in a row. And then J.J. Redick, and then Matt Barnes. So we kept him out of our paint. But I wouldn't say, I think our intent was there. I mean, we didn't come out nonchalant. We came out aggressive. They hit shots on us, and they kind of loosened our defense up. When a guy hits, you know, 5 or 6 threes in a row, you know, you don't want to give up no more. So, you know, that's when they started to get some stuff in the paint. But, you know, the effort, you know, was there. You know, we had good intentions, but they got hot. So we got to correct it. We got to make them miss next game, and be a little more physical.
Yeah, Russell, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. You guys actually cut it to 15 early third quarter. Paul had a shot in the corner. You were all over him. He sort of just fell back and made it from the corner. On that kind of shot, is that a situation where you think this is just his night and not ours?
I mean, it's not Chris Paul versus the Thunder. It's the Clippers versus the Thunder. You know, here's some big shots. Some other guys hit some shots on their team. Like Kevin said, we did a good job of sticking to our principles. They just hit some tough shots.
Michael Kenny, Norman Transcript. Coach Brooks said that the Thunder didn't make the Clippers feel them. In your mind, what does that mean?
I mean, we like I said, they got loose on some stuff. You know, they hit some shots. You know, but it's tough to guard a team. You know, when they hit the threes, and then you don't want to give up the paint points, but you don't want to give up the threes as well. So, you know, but we do got to be more physical with them and make them feel us a little bit more. You know, so we just got to be better. We got to move the ball a little better, you know, also make some shots on our end. But, you know, we're confident. You know, we got to watch film and get better tomorrow and come back on Wednesday.
Kevin, Tony Sellers from the Associated Press. You mentioned being more physical. You guys didn't commit your first foul until there was like a minute left in the first quarter. Is that, you know, you're not getting close up on the ball and defending? Is that the kind of physical that you're talking about, trying to get up in their face and deny the ball?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think, you know, fouling is, you know, having team fouls is not necessarily playing physical. You know, I think forcing them out of their sets, taking them out of their spots, you know, bumping cutters, I think that's physical. And so not making a hard foul or pushing somebody to the ground, I don't think that's toughness or physicality. But just sticking to what we do, what we've been doing all year. Just, you know, not letting guys run free through our paint, not letting guys just stare down shots and roll to the rim and get dunks. You know, just being on a string.
Bob Barry, K4, the NBC. Russ, you guys went on a like 9-0 run or something and got up 16-10, and then they scored 14 really quick points after that. Did you guys relax a little bit at that point?
No, I don't think we relaxed. I mean, they just hit some tough shots. I mean, they probably hit like 3 or 4 threes in a row. You know, that got them going, and it kind of spread our defense out. But, you know, we're going to go back and look at film and, you know, see where we can get better.
John Hoover, the Tulsa World. Kevin, can you kind of describe coming off of the Memphis series and how this adjustment is playing these guys? It's a totally different team, more speed, less bulk, whatever that is, and the adjustment that you guys had to make?
Yeah, it's 2 totally different teams. In Memphis, they have guys on the perimeter that can score. This team does. You know, they shoot threes. You know, they got up 29 a night and made more than half of them. You know, Memphis wasn't a three-point shooting team. They used the whole shot clock, and the Clippers don't. You know, so they push the tempo a little bit. So we have to switch gears. We had to switch gears quickly and just, you know, focus on how we can control the paint and the perimeter. And if we watch film and get better at it and come out, you know, a little bit more physical, we should be fine.
Royce Young, DailyThunder.com. Katie, the 3 losses you had against Memphis were all painfully close, excruciating games. This one kind of got away from you. Which one's easier to let go of as you move on to game 2, or are they just the same? Is it just a loss?
A loss is a loss, man. It's tough to swallow, especially on your home floor in the playoffs. But quick turnaround. You know, we got a day in between, and we play again on Wednesday. So that's the best part about it, just knowing that the games come so quickly. But a loss is a loss. It's tough to play that way, especially on our home floor, getting booed by our fans. We never want to do that, but we always learn from it and move forward and get better from it.
Anyone else? Last question back there.
Did either of you get a good look at the play with Ibaka and Blake with the technical?
No.
I try to take what's given to me, and early, I think the shot clock might have been running down on one of the first shots that I shot, and I made it, and then just kept trying to be aggressive. Didn't want to force it, anything like that, because I'm one of those people that think, whenever you're hot or something like that, if you take a bad shot, then it's gone. So just try to be aggressive. BG kept saying be aggressive.
Bob Berry, K4 NBC, Oklahoma City. Chris, obviously Oklahoma people are welcoming you back, Blake back. You guys have been here before. Any good feelings about playing in this building? Have anything to do with that career game tonight in the playoffs?
Nah, not for me. Obviously, I love it here. Blake, we talk about it all the time. This is where we actually first met, and I mean, we love it here in Oklahoma, but I don't think one has anything to do with the other.
Hey, Chris, you got here before the team did. Did you feel hot pregame, or I don't know? How'd you feel?
Yeah, I do a lot of shooting with Super David Sevens, one of our assistant coaches, and me and Blake talked about it this morning at shoot around. Obviously, we were still a little, tight and stuff like that from traveling, but we talked about it was like at 8:30 we better be ready to go. So I came over here early before the game and got a lot of shots up. So I think that had a lot to do with it too.
What did you do over the last, 48 hours or so to get your body right after that last series?
Man, I think I said it after Game 7. I personally feel like we have the best training staff in the league, and JP, Jason Powell, who's in charge of it, he stays on us as well as ourselves. After that Game 7 the next morning, he sent a text, didn't he? Told us all that we should come in and get in the cold tub and do all that different type of stuff, and we got ready.
How'd you feel after 7?
Huh?
How'd you feel after Game 7?
Oh, I was tired, but that was a very emotional game, but nobody was going to feel sorry for you tonight.
When somebody's got it going like that, you just want to try to stay out of the way as much as possible, but also help keep that fire going. And like you said, the first quarter was crazy. So we were just trying to spring him, get him open. But then really in the second half, we were moving the ball so well, and it all really started for us defensively. But really just tried to stay out of his way, let him do what he was doing.
Yeah, Chris, back here, Doc was saying before the game that, all the years you played in the league, you recognize how precious these moments are and how rare they are and how you've never gotten past this round. There's a certain desperation. You could talk about your thinking and all that.
Yeah, I've never been past the second round, and this is my 9th season. And every year you feel like you on that team. And I remember that team I was on in 2008, we lost Game 7 to the Spurs, and you just feel like you're always going to be back there, and it's not the case. And this team here, I think, is a special team. Not only do we have a good team, but it's fun to be around each other. And, tonight I think the biggest thing was just moving the ball. It wasn't like I was just coming down making unbelievable shots. It was because the court was open. And, when I had 2 defenders, I gave it to Blake, and that's what put so much pressure on the defense because BG is such a great passer.
Dean Blevins, News 9, CBS Oklahoma City. Both of you, Blake, can you talk about getting this first game, and now you're in a position to going into that second one. If you were to get that, then go home, it would be special. But getting this first one, talk about the importance of that.
I think it's very important. We wanted to set a tone for the series, really, and obviously, the whole goal playing on the road is to come in and try to get that home court advantage back, or not back, but try to take it over. So, we responded. I think mentally we were really strong tonight. Just from playing that game 7 and then flying here and kind of a quick turnaround. It was for both teams, but I thought we mentally just locked in and took care of it.
Ben Balcelli, Times. Blake, you got some cheers when you were introduced. Did you notice that, and what did that mean to you? Also, did your mom? Did you get the strawberry cake?
The cheers. It's always great. Always great to come back home. This is home. That'll never change. No matter how many playoff series we play against the Thunder. And for the strawberry cake, I'm gonna go home tomorrow after practice.
I haven't gotten any yet. So.
I wanted to wait. I don't want everybody to have a sugar overload before game 2. So it'll be on the plane for everybody going back home. So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma, Chris, 8 of 9 3-point shooting. Is that ranked near the best shooting of your life?
That's what I do. That is a lie. I don't know. It's just one of those nights. I promise you, it's got to be a career high for makes and attempts. But I don't know. This one will definitely go down in history books for me. Don't count on it for game 2. I'll tell you that much.
Anthony Slater with the Oklahoma. You guys obviously staked yourselves to a big lead, but how good was the bench tonight? Really ballooning that lead.
Yeah, man, our bench was amazing. It was amazing, and that's what's made our team so special all season long. Jamal Crawford showed you why he's the 6th man of the year. And we just played the right way all night long. We moved the ball, tried to make the right plays, and we're at our best when we defend. Whether it's the first unit or the second unit, and that's what we try to do.
Chris, kind of touching on that, the job you guys did defensively, obviously Durant got his and Russell got his, but the way you guys guarded the rest of the team, was that kind of the emphasis, or that just happened that way?
You would love to try to, limit, Russ and KD as much as possible, but both of them are great players. Great players. Got to try to keep them off the free throw line and try to make things as tough as possible, but there's a reason why Russ is as good as he is, and he's a handful, and I'll tell Blake them all game long, I need help. I can't just defend him by myself. And then KD, he's going to make enough tough shots as it is, so I think Matt did an outstanding job and all the different guys that was on him, but it's a reason why he'll be named MVP tomorrow, and we just got to keep making things tough.
Blake, what happened on the play with Ibaka with the technical?
I was just laying on the ground and just kind of kicked me. I don't know. I felt like that. So.
Sam Amick, USA Today. Chris, Doc mentioned that in the film session yesterday, guys were nodding off, guys were exhausted. When you come off that series, he ratted you out. When you come off that series and the heaviness of everything you guys went through, I know it's only one day, but did you find a way to find a second wind?
Yeah, I can't believe he told that, but we met at the plane yesterday at 12, and we flew here. As soon as we landed, we came here, and we watched film, and we watched a lot of film, and I think we were gonna go through all the players, but once he got through Reggie Jackson and Russell Westbrook, I was nodding off. That was my matchup, and he just said enough and said, "Go get some rest." Man, I don't know, and it seems like we talk about it a lot or whatnot, but that's what makes Doc and our coaching staff so amazing. Is that they understand, like, he's really a player's coach. Like, he didn't yell at, I wasn't the only one either, by the way. He didn't yell at anybody, like he understood, and, we watched it this morning.
Blake Griffin and Chris Paul from the post-game podium. Paul led all scorers with 32 points. Griffin had 23. They were the leading scorers for the Clippers tonight. The Thunder were led by Russell Westbrook with 29 points, and Kevin Durant had 25. Game 2 of the best of 7 Wednesday night at 8:30 here in Chesapeake Energy Arena. Thanks for watching this Thunder Report. I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.